Hey everyone, welcome to the show. Have you ever felt like to get what you want, you have to become someone else?
Yeah,
Like trading your identity for a shot at your dreams? It's kind of a dark thought, but it's the territory we're going to explore today.
I like it.
Yeah, we're diving deep into a historical fiction novel set in Hollywood.
Mm.
But not the bright lights and happy endings kind of Hollywood.
Oh,
This is post-World War II Hollywood.
okay.
All the glamour, but with an edge. Lots of ambition, lots of secrets. So if you're into stories of reinvention and the kind of shadows that come with it,
Hmm.
make sure you hit that like button and subscribe. This one's going to be full of twists.
I'm intrigued already.
The book is called Glamorous Notions, and you can grab a copy using the Amazon link in the description below.
Okay, great.
So the story follows this woman named Elsie who basically reinvents herself as Lena to make it in Hollywood. She becomes this big-time costume designer,
Wow.
but her past, yeah, it's not going to let her go that easily.
That's how it always goes, right? You can't escape who you are. But in this case, it sounds like she's really trying to. What kind of past are we talking about?
That's what makes this book so good. It's not just about the suspense of her past catching up to her. It makes you think, what even is being yourself when you've created a whole new identity?
Oh, that's deep. I like that.
Right. Okay, so let's rewind to the beginning. We first meet Elsie in Zanesville, Ohio. A far cry from Hollywood, right?
Small town, I'm guessing.
Exactly. She hustles pool with her husband, Walter. But you could just tell she's meant for something bigger.
You can just feel it in some people, that yearning for something more.
And that's where her talent for fashion design comes in. It's almost like her escape route, her secret language. It's almost as if her designs are the only place she can truly be herself.
That's an interesting way to put it.
Yeah. Then she meets these two guys, Harvey and Charlie. They see something in her and push her to apply for this art academy internship in Rome.
Rome. Wow. Talk about a change of scenery.
Right. And this is where the story takes a turn. Post-war Rome is this whole mix of beauty and secrets, and Elsie gets caught up in it all.
Post-war Europe. There was so much going on under the surface back then. All those political tensions, the rebuilding.
It was a breeding ground for intrigue, that's for sure. And Elsie ends up meeting this woman named Julia at the academy. She's really captivating, but also kind of mysterious.
I see where this is going.
And Julia pulls Elsie into this whole world of smuggling.
Smuggling. What were they smuggling?
Get this, jazz records hidden inside x-ray sheets. They called it bone music.
Bone music. That's kind of brilliant and dangerous.
Oh, absolutely. And things go wrong, like really wrong. It all ends with Julia supposedly dying and Elsie having to escape Rome.
Whoa.
Yeah, she leaves everything behind, her old life, her identity.
So from pool halls in Ohio to smuggling in Rome, she's had quite a journey already.
It's like something out of a spy thriller.
Yeah.
And this escape, it's the moment Elsie truly becomes Lena.
Out of necessity, I guess.
Right. But it makes you think, can you ever really start over when you're always looking over your shoulder?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
And that's exactly what the rest of the book explores, as Lena dives into the dazzling world of Hollywood, but with all the weight of her past and the fear of being exposed.
I can't wait to hear more.
So we've got Lena, right, formerly known as Elsie, and she's really making a name for herself in Hollywood. Starts as a sketch artist, then becomes Flavio's assistant, and eventually she lands the top job. Head costume designer at Lux Studios.
Wow, she doesn't mess around.
No, she's ambitious for sure. But the thing is, even with all that success, the book really captures this feeling of, I don't know, anxiety that hangs over her.
Yeah, I can see that. She's living a lie, essentially, always worried about her past coming out.
Exactly. And it's not all in her head either. The threats are real.
Right, like the CIA and those guys from Rome.
Plus, we still don't know what really happened to Julia.
Oh, that's true. So much hanging over her head.
It's like the author keeps reminding us that her whole Hollywood life, it's all built on this foundation of secrets.
Like a house of cards. One wrong move, and it all comes crashing down.
And just when it seems like she might actually be able to build a normal life, bam,
Yeah.
her past comes knocking.
Literally.
Pretty much. Walter, her husband from back in Ohio, shows up. He wants money, and he's not afraid to threaten her to get it.
Oh, man. So she can't outrun it after all.
Nope. And it's interesting how the author writes Walter. He's not just some straight-up bad guy.
No.
There's this desperation to him, maybe even a twisted kind of love for Elsie.
He represents that life she tried to leave behind, huh?
Exactly. And then things get even more complicated because Walter ends up dead after a fight with Lena.
Whoa, hold on. Was it an accident? Or did she?
That's what we don't know. The book keeps you guessing. Did she have something to do with it? Or was it someone else?
Man, talk about adding fuel to the fire. She must be freaking out.
Totally. And on top of that, she's got Hedda hoppers sniffing around.
Oh, no, not Hedda.
Yep. And then there are these creepy phone calls she starts getting. All you hear is that song Nature Boy playing in the background.
Okay, yeah, that's creepy. Like something out of a horror movie.
Right. It's all these unseen forces closing in on her.
The walls are closing in.
Exactly. And then, just when you think things can't get any crazier, guess who shows up?
No way. Julia.
Julia, back from the dead.
I did not see that coming. What's she doing there?
She says she came to warn Lena. Turns out, Julia was involved in that whole bone music operation way deeper than Lena realized.
So Lena was basically a pawn in all this.
Yeah, and it's a huge betrayal, obviously. But it also gives her this clarity. Like, she sees how she was used, and it makes her even more determined to take control.
She's had enough of being manipulated.
For sure. And then we meet Runyon, this film censor who's suspicious of Lena and her fiancé, Paul.
Uh-oh. This is during the whole McCarthy era, right?
Yep. Everyone's afraid of communists. Runyon represents that paranoia, that feeling that anyone could be an enemy.
It's like the government is closing in on her from another angle. She can't trust anyone.
Right. And it all leads up to this intense climax where she finally tells Paul everything.
She comes clean about her past.
She has to. She needs his support. But then there's a raid on this guy Larry Lipton's house, and there's a chase, and Julia disappears again.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Slow down. What happened?
It's a lot. And in the end, Lena chooses to protect Paul, even if it means she might lose her freedom.
Wow, that's a tough decision. This book is intense.
It really makes you think about the choices we make
Yeah.
and what we're willing to give up for the people we care about. It's a powerful ending, that's for sure.
What I found really interesting is that there's no easy answer, you know? No simple resolution.
Right. It's messy, just like real life.
Exactly. And sometimes the best you can do is just accept that. Accept the mess, the contradictions.
It's not your typical happily ever after kind of story.
Not at all. Especially when the whole thing is built on secrets.
Yeah, Lena's choice to protect Paul was a good thing, obviously. But it also shows that she can never really escape her past.
It's always there, lurking beneath the surface.
Like a shadow.
Mm-hmm. A reminder that our choices have consequences, good or bad.
So we've covered a lot of ground today.
We have.
What do you think was the most thought-provoking part of Glamorous Notions?
That's a good question. For me, it's the whole idea of identity. Like, can you really change who you are?
Elsie becoming Lena, it was drastic.
Right. Even though she tried to create this new life, her past still shaped who she became.
Makes you wonder if we ever really leave our pasts behind.
Exactly.
I think the book also does a fantastic job of capturing that whole Hollywood atmosphere.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
The glamour, the ambition, the paranoia.
It was a wild time.
And it all feeds into Elsie's story. It's like this blend of history and emotion. Plus, the way the author brings in real people like Hedda Hopper.
It makes it feel so real.
Like you're right there in the thick of it.
Definitely.
This is one of those books that stays with you.
Yeah, it gets under your skin.
You start thinking about truth, about secrets.
And how strong our connections with other people can be.
What would you have done if you were in Elsie's shoes?
That's a tough one.
Would you have had the guts to reinvent yourself?
I don't know. It's a big risk.
And could you live with the consequences?
It makes you think. It really does.
So to everyone listening, we want to hear your thoughts on Glamorous Notions.
Yeah.
What resonated with you?
Yeah, share your favorite moments, any questions you have.
Or just your general thoughts on the book's themes.
Let's keep the conversation going in the comments below.
And if you like this deep dive,
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
for more explorations into all sorts of fascinating stories and topics.
We've got some great ones coming up.
Thanks for joining us.
See you next time.